And I want to tell you about one thing that you'll see a lot, and this is the wealthy. So it's very, very well and well together. It means a lot of different things. There's a great wealthy video on there. So anyone who has an opportunity to take a wealthy with their clients and start posting it, we're going to have our own version of selfies for people when they feel well. Great. And that's really exciting. And the other thing, actually, just to let you know, is because we don't want to just like give them this activity and say, okay, see you later. We're really hoping that clinics will create some form of package or some sort of comeback, certificate or some sort of incentive to say, okay, you came to the World Wellness Weekend, good for you. Here's a promo code to come back and take advantage of this, this, and this, so that we can support you along the journey. Because as you know, this is a bit of a learning curve, right? We're taught everything at school except for how to take care of ourselves, right? So this is a really important time for people who are participating in this event to stay in and lean in with their clients and keep them along the journey. So start tailoring your newsletters and your emails and your social media into being more of that sort of partnership where you're encouraging personal responsibility as well as for them to come back and learn more. And the other thing that's really, really exciting about this particular type of venture is that it just helps people understand that we are a society that looks at giving back as, really important. I want us to start thinking that wellness and the providers of wellness are people who give forward. We are ones that wake up every day, and my goal is I'm not doing this to give back. I am doing this to give forward. I want a future of wellness. I want my, son and all of this new generation to just understand what wellness is. And one of the things that you'll find, in this book that you picked up, in the 7 subconscious beliefs that sabotage our life, one of them is I'm not worthy. And I can't tell you, Lauren, how many people just feel that, but I want everyone to go first. I'm not worthy of feeling well. When everyone else is taken care of, it's my turn. And, often that tree trunk that supports all those branches is the one that gets devitalized, and that's the person we lose, So it's really important more than ever to understand that we deserve to feel well, and that just seems so selfish. And I really want to change that mindset so that it's self-full. If you are a person who is self-full, then you can give. And these are things that we know. You and I preach to the choir, basically like everyone listening to this within our networks, like, we know this. Well, good. You know what? We need to start using this new language to empower our passion and stop thinking about this as being like salespeople of these services. No, really, we need to start becoming very forceful, in that we have to push ourselves forward and not hide back thinking, well, when someone needs us, here we are. Because I do find a lot of people in our industry are a little bit shy of self-promotion because we're healers, we're givers. Givers and healers don't self-promote, but this is a perfect platform to do it because this really does help increase that, sustainability goal that the UN has decided. Well-being must become a worldwide initiative.
And it's often because of healthcare money that culturally conflicts, and so often it's just language rather than selling yourself. What you're doing is creating awareness and education. So many times when people come to our clinic, they say, I didn't know this could have helped me with that. They weren't aware that there was a non-drug or surgical approach for headaches or back pain or fertility, skin stuff, digestion. They didn't know. And why didn't my doctor tell me? Well, this is what this is about. It's not who's responsible to tell you, it's these practitioners. So the practitioners listen to this. It's about education. So you don't have to be salesy. You just have to let people know what you're doing and why you're doing it so they can become aware, and then they can make those decisions. I love the part about, you said, the worthy and deserve. In my practice, because I use acupuncture, laser, functional medicine, and the energy psychology. I think Bruce Lipton termed it energy psychology, EFT, hypnosis, psyche. And these are the things that I see in my practice is the belief I don't deserve to have it all, or I'm not worthy to receive. There's lack. I'm not lovable. And so we're more the same than different. And so this is why, again, I love your book and the work that you're doing is when we can change these subconscious programs because we're running them. We didn't choose them. They were, downloaded as children, and our parents with their best intention did what they could. But since we're all kind of in hypnosis in those first 7 to 12 years, we just take on that programming. And now as adults, we're running those programs almost 95% of the time unconsciously. And so if you can get in there and change those programs, then you're actions are always congruent. Your actions and behaviors are always congruent with your mindset, with your belief system, the subconscious. So if you have a belief that you're not worthy, you can do all the affirmations you like. However, you do need to change those programs so your actions can follow your beliefs. And so when you start to feel worthy, you're just going to get up and choose to invest in yourself. That's where it changes. And again, I got to say, check out Tanya's book, because it talks about how to change those programs. And then you just start to make those choices. If I can share a quick story, because I think stories sometimes can be powerful. I was treating a woman that had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. This is many moons ago. And her main symptoms were depression, feeling depressed, fatigue, and achiness. And I did some of my background back then with NLP and hypnosis. We did kind of like a timeline therapy. And we basically, the long and short of it is, we kind of programmed while she sat with the acupuncture. I use it like an induction. We programmed what it would be like when she was healthy. So we got off of how she felt now, and we were able to have her visually, kinesthetically, so could she feel it. We went through this whole process in an hour of her embodying her body healthy. Anyways, I see her 2 weeks later, and she comes in saying, you know, I'm feeling really sore. So my first reaction back then was, oh no, she's having a relapse and it's not working so well, our treatment. But this is what she shared with me. This is the power of the mind. She said, every day for the last 5 years, I walk to and from work almost every day, Monday to Friday. And I walk by this gym. And for whatever reason, last week I stopped and I went in and I joined the gym. And I'm sore because I started to work out. Now, in my session, I know as a therapist, if somebody's depressed and sore and tired, exercise is a great thing to help with that. There's endorphins, serotonin, blood flow, etc. I never mentioned you need to do exercise. All I did is programmed in her a healthy being. And then that subconscious has that picture. I call it the GPS, the destination. And then it percolates up into her conscious mind to go into that gym. So before that, she was not worthy. She only saw herself as sick. So she doesn't even notice the gym that she walks by, no desire to go by. That opportunity was always there, but she missed it. Once that programming had a shift for her, that this is where you're going, you're healthy, you're vibrant, you feel good. Now when she walked by, something led her in there, and that's that subconscious program. So that's the simplicity of it. When the program changes, all of a sudden the opportunities in front of you are there. They're always there, but you become aware of them, and right action must create right thinking. And you and I have to have another talk on this, because you and I could go all day on this, right?
Well, I just want to say that I think everyone wants to be programmed to go to the gym. So lay on, just put the beds out there, put us all down, get the acupuncturist going. Let's all, download the program for the daily gym. But I think, and that's a great, there's just that great example and so many others that I'm sure you could share from all the great stories that you had. Neural resolution therapy to help people go in and reprogram those beliefs, exactly like what you're saying. And I think that it's so important for people to understand that there's just so many ways that they can lead themselves to a new place of wellness. Most people think, I just want to go back to who I was, or I want to find that thinner version, or I want to go back to that person before whatever trauma beat me up, or I became cynical with all the things that happened, my relationship, this and that. And we really want people to think, you know what, instead of thinking I got to go back to who I was, this version of myself, why don't you move forward to the happiest, healthiest version of who you're moving into? Because we're always growing and evolving and changing, and everything cumulatively that brought us here has literally contributed to this one time. So then take all of this and then use the tools that all of these professionals have to offer to give yourself a new chapter, a new life. As adults, we can birth ourselves into a new reality and make that the life we've always dreamed of. Or even some people need an opportunity to figure out what that dream is because they don't even imagine what a better life could be. So another clinic could even decide, hey, let's keep people thinking of a new vision. So like you said, we could take this forever, but I just, again, want to acknowledge you for all the work you're doing, and thank you so much for your help. And to all the practitioners that are out there making the world a more well place, thank you so much, and join this movement. You will be amazed, and you will love all the other people that are in here. We have ambassadors from India, from Finland, from literally over 100 countries around the world. Thousands of clinics are participating. So join this new elite membership of people, and it's free to join, who really just wanted to make a difference.
Tanya, thank you very much. She's our Canada's World Wellness Weekend Ambassador to the United Nations. And I heard I have a title now too. What's my title again?
So you are the World Wellness Weekend Ambassador for Integrative Medicine
Right.
to Canada. Thank you so much.
All right. I got a title. I love that. I feel like...
comes with responsibility, Lauren. Sorry.
With great power comes great responsibility. I appreciate that. Tanya, thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you online again and connecting with you in person, and keep up the amazing work. Appreciate you making the time for us to chat today.
Thank you so much for taking your time.